Lust is a real spirit, and we see in Romans 7, Paul, and for it to be treated, people have to come to the point of acknowledging it and letting God deal with it, because He's the only person that can really help us conquer it and go through it. Because we see what's his name, Apostle Paul, in Romans chapter 7. He's saying, even though he's a child of God, he's following God, he's doing miracles, he's gotten to know God, he's exclaiming and telling us that sometimes he wants to do good, he wants to do what is right, but he sees another spirit warring against his members, and he doesn't just understand, he doesn't seem to understand, because he knows this is what he's supposed to do, but he sees himself doing the contrary. What's happening to me? He's trying to understand. He said there are these desires that he doesn't understand where they are springing up from, and he had to sit down and he had to confront it. So if people cannot clearly narrate their story of how they were healed, would I say healed? Yeah, healed from lust, because lust is a disease, it is a spirit that inflicts people. If people cannot trace how they have been healed from lust, and I'm talking of faithfulness here when it comes to relationship as in a man and a woman being in a relationship, because there is faithfulness in the sense that people stick to you, that people stay with you whether in good times or bad times. But then now we're moving to what we call loyalty, and that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about faithfulness as of being faithful to God, faithfulness as of being faithful in marriage and stuff like that. So faithful as in not cheating, that's what I'm talking about. So that's one of the things that you need to find out, because if people cheat on God, they are obviously going to cheat on you. What I mean by people cheat on God, like one day they are with God, today they are praying, the next day they are elsewhere doing the contrary of what they said they are supposed to be doing. So that's one of the ways you know that people are not faithful at all. And then this is when it comes to Christian brothers or sisters. That's one of the ways you can identify that somebody is not faithful. And before pointing fingers at somebody or saying somebody is not faithful or somebody is faithful, it's important to find out you work it out on your own self, and then you're going to attract somebody that is like you, somebody that is healed from that like you. And that's how it works. That's how God says, seek first the kingdom of God, and all these other things will be added unto you. Because by the time you seek the kingdom is going to help you expose things that you do not even know that are there, things that are hidden inside you, within you, that you might not even suspect. You don't even know that you have stealing tendencies, for instance. And I'm not saying somebody can discover that they have something that they were not really aware of, and that they were suffering. It's just like you go to the hospital, you run a series of tests to make sure that everything is okay and that you're healthy. And physically from your body, when you look, you're looking healthy, but when you carry out the test, it shows something else. That's what the work with God does to us. It highlights and brings to light everything that is hidden within us that is not godly at all. So I hope this bless somebody, and see you in the next part.